Hello, 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 hello. This is Kathleen and this is Luby, and we are going to speak very briefly about this course, which is coming up and lasts for a couple of months thereabouts, and it's called Designing and Manifesting Your Ideal Scene, or Our Ideal Scene. So I'm a dreamer, and I'm also very practical. And I feel like the wisdom that Luby is offering and Luby McNamara and John Young are offering is just brilliant. So welcome to our brief chat, and hopefully you'll be inspired to learn more. Luby.
Yeah, thank you, Kathleen. So Kathleen's been supporting the course and helping deal with inquiries. So I'd like to start with some gratitude for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Briefly, I have been a keen social permaculture fan. I left my family for a whole week a couple of years ago, and I came home with this leaf. I found it just before we started chatting, and on the leaf is my intention, and it meant so much to me the way it was done, and that's what actually I find most helpful about this whole way of doing things. So to become a more confident facilitator for my children and community is what I asked for. And I also came home with a couple of books. This one, which is really handy for your bag, it's called 7 Ways to Think Differently. And I'm integrating that, and I'd love to integrate it more into the family and community work that I do. And this one's called People and Permaculture. And I like the pictures. So reading is one thing, but actually learning with people is where I do best, actually participating and integrating the work. There's another book which is too heavy. It's called The Coyote's Guide, and that's part of the H Shields. It's just a wonderful book, and I refer to that regularly, but as I say, I learn best through experience, and that's what this online course is offering. It offers you to meet others and follow your own program. Luby, you've been working on the program.
I have been, yes, and I agree that actually experiential learning is really important, and learning through doing, and that's why the basic structure of this course is I'm going to guide people to produce a design for themselves, so they're actually learning through doing their own design work rather than just learning the theory and then being sort of like sent off to go and practice it later. It's like actually we're going to learn as we go by producing a design for ourselves, which I think is really exciting. I've kind of decided to do a design for myself because I wanted to harvest my own wisdom there, and the wisdom that comes through John Young as well. And so I've already started my design. I'm sort of a bit ahead of everyone else. Everyone else is just coming into the course, and already it's great to feel that design process and feel that responsibility and proactiveness in manifesting what we want to do. So yeah, that's
so like your design. So like you have a whole bunch of you're designing what you would like in your home. I was really impressed to hear you were doing that. And also John is going to live as we go over the next few weeks. He's going to design a more personal ideal scene for his life. Yes. And others in the group will probably be sharing about their business plans or their voluntary community work, or even more permaculture things like gardening and things like that.
Well, I think what we're doing is focusing in on connection design. So everyone's choosing an aspect of either connecting to themselves, connecting to others, or a deep nature connection as their focus of the design, so that we're integrating as well John's work in the connection field and bringing those two things together. And the overall structure of the course is following the design web, which is design framework from People and Permaculture. So I'm leading people through that process to build their own design for themselves, which will be realistic and manageable and meaningful to them. So
yeah,
what we've got going, started coming into the course, and we're going to keep registrations open till Friday, because I know there's still a few people that would like to come on board with us.
I actually think this would be great for groups to do. So maybe if individuals from different groups, I know people in where I live, we all organize events for summer every summer. But if we did this project, then when we came together, we'd be singing off the same hymn sheet as such.
Yes.
And the wisdom is from permaculture.
Yeah, and actually that's kind of what Eight Shields are doing. So John's doing his own design, but then there's other members of Eight Shields as well who will be coming in board doing their own designs, and then they'll be learning the design web, because what we're doing is learning this design framework that then we can go and translate it into hundreds of different designs in our groups, in our own lives. And so we start with ourselves so that we can be really proactive in the design process.
Yeah,
we'll take that out, and yeah, a great idea. Several people from a group come on board to do this and can then share it and do more collaborative design in the future.
Oh man, it feels really, really rich. Like all those years of wishing things could be more organized, but that's what I appreciate most, is that being a bit of a dreamer myself, but also, as I say, very capable to get things done. It works so much better when people work cooperatively, and its cooperation is quite central to this. And like allowing people to be themselves, and like having experienced a week with yourself and John, I just know that this moves things forward so quickly. You wouldn't believe the amount of creative things, like seeds, have started to blossom in my life. But it's a matter now of getting the practical stuff, getting it coordinated, and that's where I think if a bunch of people did it together.
And I think that what you said about being the dreamer and being the actioner, and kind of bringing those two things together, so that it's not like, oh, I've got this vision but I'm busy doing this over here. It's like, okay, how to bring those things together so that we've got kind of realistic action plans in place and flexible designs that can do with emergent.
Actually, there's one other thing, Luby. I've booked loads of things, of approaches that I love, and I've learned an awful lot over the years. And I'm just wondering, is this a case of needing to learn more things, or can I integrate it and apply it to what I already know and how I already do things?
Yeah, I think that's a really important question, that it's not just this other thing that just comes on top, that is just like, oh, okay, now there's one more thing to learn. But actually what it does is provide a sort of structure and a framework for all of those things to kind of live in. And so it's actually not the thing on top, but the thing that can provide the foundation moving forward, and for integrating all of those other tools and techniques that you have. So it's kind of like it joins the threads up of all these things. And so instead of this extra thing, it's like this integrating, connecting thing that brings all those threads together. So it's really useful in that way.
It's beautiful. I'm beginning to see a nice weaving happening, and especially the online, doing it online. We can weave knowledge and experience from people who participate in this into our own lives. So like the harvest that you have, I can apply in this part of the world, and likewise people are coming from all over the world to do this, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that's what's so lovely. And I'll ask you later in a moment for your experience about online courses, but that's what I'm really loving at the moment, that there's the book is one way of kind of going global, and it has gone global. And so and I run face-to-face courses, and I do have people travel to me, but obviously there's a limit in how many people can come this way, come to the UK to learn with me. And so I'm really excited that this is such an accessible way to learn with myself and John. I mean, myself and John, we a classic example of, we wanted to work together, but on different continents, different time zones. And so this is a great way that we're both sharing and learning together, as well as bringing in all these other people that are collaborators with us already, or there's quite a few people who have already done courses with either of us, but then there's a whole load of people who've maybe read one of our books or connected in different ways, but are coming on board, and some people who don't know anything about permaculture or Eight Shields, and they're still joining us, and we'll take people through the whole process. So I'm really excited about how we can so it's part of the scaling up that we need to do in this world at the moment, that it's all very well learning in these small groups, but how can we actually learn in bigger groups and promote the culture.
Oh, I look forward to it. I really feel like it's gonna launch a whole, well, certainly personally, a whole new thing for me starting this summer, and I can see it in friends as well, that finally we get to do things the way that we know works very harmoniously in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you're right that this is just kind of a launching pad for people for whatever stage they're at the moment. It will take you up to the next level, to wherever that is, and give you momentum to carry on with your design work.
Yeah, I look forward to finding out more about, especially that Acorn model. It was amazing to experience that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll be integrated into it. And I had a look at the online course material, and I feel very comfortable that every week I'll get something new, a video and some workbook things, exercises to do, which will be really good in focusing me, the student, and the participants. And then there'll be an online discussion place, so I'll be able to type conversations with people. Is that right?
That's right. And then also people will be able to ask questions, which then I'll record video responses to. So there'll be some live questions as well through the process, or I'll do responses so people can actually ask detailed questions about their designs and have input in that way as well. So yeah, there's lots of interactivity through the course as well. And yeah, I'd like to ask you a question, because I know you've done quite a lot of online courses, and I'm wondering what you enjoy about doing online courses.
I enjoy the freedom to attend class whenever I want to. It may suit me to do it early in the morning. I can listen to it again later that night if I didn't, if I want to really deepen it. I like somebody holding my hand as I am forging a path through my own career or my own inner health or my own external health, whatever. It's very intimate, but and also I like meeting people to speak with them, and we can be passionate about the same types of thing and really bounce off each other's inspiring thoughts or things that they've done.
Yeah.
So it's quite amazing, the energy that you get from that, and the focus that you get from that. And there's something about being online as well. It focuses you, there's 101 things to do at home and in the office. So I really do feel like even though I'm humbly being myself in my home, I'm also applying the skills that I have, and I'm exploring and being curious about new territory. So that's evolutionary, and it really is very practical as well.
Yeah, and something that occurred to me as you were talking was that it's very kind of, because you're doing it in your home work, in your home environment, it's very much integrated into your life, rather than going away and learning and then having to come home and start integrating it. Actually, you're integrating it into your life right from the word go, which I hadn't really considered before, but I think that could be really
Yeah, really powerful. And I appreciate the knowledge that's coming through the Indigenous training and experiences that John has, and the whole community of the 8 Shields will be again available to us. I just would love, I'm really getting a bit inspired now to share this with friends, and I would love if people could sign up. There's only a few more days in this round, and that's it for the year. And it's really good timing in this part of the world. It's probably good timing in down under as well. But
we do have someone from Australia, and they're different phase, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've held on to the design web for almost 2 years now, but I haven't been able to do it on my own. So I'm going to be able to finally do that design web and familiarize myself. It's almost like I've been observing. So the patterns that you see in nature, and the patterns that you see in your own habits, and the patterns that you see in society and your family, I'll be able to place them better through interaction with yourself and the others in the course. So it's like a real upskilling and upscaling of doing.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so
please do join us if you'd like to. There's still some places available, and we're keeping registrations open till Friday, and then we're gonna start the course properly and
So if people want to, yeah, do join. It's affordable, I think, certainly affordable, well worth an investment of time. So it's a couple of months or 7 weeks thereabouts, bringing you right into the summer in this part of the world. And
a few hours a week in that, as you say, you can find those few hours in small 10-minute chunks in your day. It doesn't need to be a solid block, so I think that works really well for people as well.
Very good. And then the renewal of the creative path will be right included in this. So the creative path is something, a winter project that people would do in the 8 Shields community.
Yeah, so what we'll be doing is bringing those questions that come through that and integrating them into the design web. So the design web will be this kind of overall structure, and then other things like the renewable creative path, the 7 ways to think differently, the 8 Shields, cultural emergence. There'll all be layers in there that will get referred to, but the design will be this kind of foundational piece, the structure.
Great. Okay. Sounds like you can take it at your own pace. You can go as deep as you like. There's plenty of material for that. And it will help me achieve, and it will help each person who's participating achieve something within their lives, personally, within their, within the people in their lives, or connecting with nature is the third sort of section that we could focus on. How can I deepen my connection with nature? So, yeah. Well done for getting this organized, and thank you to Ruth Corey especially, who's going to be on the responding team, so you can share your design webs with her, and we'll become master weavers.
Yeah, lovely. Well, thanks for your time, Kathleen.
Yeah, thank you very much, Luby.
Contact with you.
And Design Visions is where people can go. Is that the website?
That's right, designvisions.com. You can find out the details, and that will give you an email link to Kathleen, who will get you signed up for the course if you'd like to join us. Lovely, thanks a lot.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.